everyone, this is Sabrina. I'm glad that you're here. I hope that you're doing well. Okay, you have all inspired me to share not only a longer video, but to also share how I'm going to put together my journal pages for April. Now I know this is coming out mid-April, but you know, that's okay. I hope you guys still enjoy it, and it's gonna be a longer video, so I hope you have a snack or a favorite drink, but I am gonna put together the start of April. I already did my calendar. Just gonna add some decorations to it and my tracker, and then I will do the pages for the month. I have kind of the themes already laid out, and I just get to add the lines and decorate and stamp. So I hope you guys enjoy. I love putting together these pages, and I'm excited to share this process with you guys. So let me know in the comment section if you enjoyed this type of video and you want to keep seeing this video. Hope you guys are excited, and I'm excited to share this video with you on a Monday and do something a little different in my other journal instead of the book journal. All right, here I go. I'm so excited to share all of my daily journaling pages, and I truly hope you enjoy this video. So I've been talking for a long time about how months just remind me of certain colors or certain color schemes. Leave a comment if you're the same type of way. April just makes me think of purple and green and blacks. So that is going to be kind of a color scheme that you're going to see throughout these spreads. I start with stamping April across both pages, get out washi tape and put it across both pages. Then I use a Bow Bunny butterfly stamp. If it's still available, I will link it in the description box. I also have on that stamp sheet two butterflies that can be layered for a body and then the print, and oh my goodness, I combined two ink colors that I absolutely love the combination. It made some really cool looking butterflies. So it's an Ali Edwards green ink and then a close to my heart darker fern color, I believe, and I just love the way these butterflies came out. They're so cool. After I have all the butterflies down, I am going to re-stamp Give It Time to Flourish because I did it a little crooked. Also added in a few little mixed media dot stamps just to add a little more movement with the butterflies. And that'll be it for this title page. A little bit simpler than last month. So this is going to be the calendar. I use this calendar so that way I can track creative team deadlines, my YouTube schedule, and anything else that I can think of as far as my creativity stuff. I am using up my stash. I found some really old Happy Planner stickers. I don't buy those anymore, so I just have a few sticker books left. Found some clear watercolor stickers. Gonna go ahead and use green and purple to add to the spread. When I was thinking about what kind of stamped phrases I could add, I really thought that positive affirmations would be a great thing to add. So I'm stamping Shine On, Heck Yes, You Can Do This, and I think Keep Going. I also found a random sticker hanging out that said Creativity is Messy. I stuck it down, but I am going to move it. I have a sheet of these stickers from Alicia. I'll link her shop, and I'm gonna use that entire sheet that I have left. I could not find any Monday through Sunday stamps that I liked, so I pulled out my really old Happy Planner ones and used those. It's the quality of those stamps isn't so great, but you know, they stamp and they work, so I just use them. Used a purple marker to make a circle so that way I can write in the date. Decided to use my white Jelly Roll pen to write in the days. It's something a little different, and it definitely makes the days pop. And also because I knew that black was not going to work. Adding in the last of these stickers, and I'm going to show you the finished sticker sheet. There it is. I'm so proud of myself. I love when I use up my stickers or anything. Isn't that the best? All right, that page is done. Now I'll move on to the currently tracker. Again, sticking with purples and blacks and greens. I just love that color combination. It makes me so happy. I am also going to use a new washi tape I got from Pipsticks. I got my first order of Pipsticks, and I think I mentioned that in the intro. So I am stamping currently, going with the same formula I've gone for the other 3 months, and I'm stamping out the days so I can keep track of my mood. Last month I did some colors that were very similar to each other, and it was a pain. Honestly, it was a pain. So this month I am going to make sure I get very distinct colors. I also saw an Instagram friend named Michelle, Corky Heart. She labeled her Crayola tips with Sharpie. I'm gonna link her post if I can, but I thought that was genius. That way you'd know the number as you're trying to figure out which number you used a while back. So check out that post if you want to see. But for now, I have picked green, beige, and then a dark green and a purple. The greens I picked are kind of close together, but I'm hoping I won't get too confused. So this purple star washi is the Pipsticks one. Below that, I'm going to put a green one. It was very thick, so I went ahead and trimmed it. It's not perfect, but oh well, doesn't matter. I have my goals section down at the bottom, and I have my 5 calendar boxes. I love these goal trackers. I'm not the best at all of them, obviously, but I love having them, and it's definitely an awesome way to like be accountable and definitely motivate myself. Like one of the ones that I've had is bed by 11, and that was really motivating. So I'm going to put that back on for April. And also get outside. It was really motivating, just very motivating. Also going to add in this month a nightly phone cleanup of my photos. You just saw me flip back to another month because I kind of wanted to see what I had put for other months. So that's why bed by 11 came back this month, because I'm staying up too late. All right, so for the currentlies, I'm going to add in 3 layers of washi tape and then pick out the different currentlies that I want to keep track of. I decided this month on currently exploring, eating, listening, watching, reading, and loving. And I kind of made sure that the circles were on 2 different sides of the pages, and same thing with the squares. I'll also include currently making and pick 3 different projects that I want to work on. Being completely honest, I don't know if I have finished any of the projects that I've put down and currently making. I've come really close, like Thursday 3 Volume 1, which covers January through June 2021 selfies. I am very close to finishing that, so that is very exciting. Same thing with Project Life Volume 2. It's just a few little things I have to finish, and I just keep pushing it off, but I'm going to finish it this month. I'm going to. So I've got all my currentlies down. I also stamped 4 little circles to make a bullet point list, and I got my boxes for the currently making, and this page is almost done. Layering in some more washi tape, and I love this currently page. It makes me so happy to have all these little trackers to check off and kind of, like I said earlier, hold myself accountable. And I don't know, reminds me of being a kid and getting to color in a page, or color 1 little box per day. Final touch is some more of the Alicia stickers. I have a whole sheet of stars, so I'm just sprinkling in a bunch of them. It matches the purple washi tape, so I figured it was the best finishing touch. Love this page. My next page, I decided to use my Studio Calico supplies. I just like to try a little of this and a little of that when I'm making these journal pages and just looking around and kind of seeing what needs to be used up. My main inspiration was the January stamp set had butterflies in it, and like I said, I love butterflies, and so I'm going to use butterflies. I also haven't used a lot of my January kit, so I am going to use a journaling card in this page that's green. So I'm going away from green and purple and doing green and blue. I thought I might add in Easter Bunny, but I went ahead and covered that up with the journaling card, and I'm going to stick with the butterflies and new beginnings. I'll also add in some more stamped phrases on each of these boxes. I don't have a like days of the week stamp from Studio Calico, so I probably need to get one of those. But I do have one that's really, really tiny, so I'm going to get that out in just a little bit. I did another fun color combination for my butterflies with the blue body and then black on top, so that was really fun. And the journaling card just says, be kind to yourself and share it with others, so I thought that was a great little sentiment to have. So since the days are so small, I stamped them twice. I did stamp the wrong day. I think I put 31. And it was supposed to be the 1st, like April 1st. So I am going to fix that in a little bit with an asterisk. I also am using a circle on the 2 since it was my husband's birthday. And I'll pull out a few other stamped phrases to add to this page, like everyday details and some stars. So this is the asterisk that I used. I just stamped it and fussy cut it out and just added it right on top of the 3. So now you can't even tell that I made a boo-boo. Also adding in today's highlight, which is obviously my husband's birthday, and these stars, which I love because you can add the outline on top. Really enjoying outlining stamps lately. I need to get some more of those as well. On the 1st, I put daily joys and a heart. Yeah, a heart with a circle in it. And at the bottom, no place like home. And I will color that in with another stamp that fills in the letters. Also have clouds over on Sunday because I know we were going to a park and I figured that'd be a nice little touch for some more of the blue. And that will finish up this spread and I just love it. I always want to take time to play with all the different types of stamps I have, and I did that by using my Studio Calico stamps here. Next page, here we go. I am going to use Ali Edwards stamps. I had so much fun with my day in the life flower stamps. I'll leave that video up in the eye, that I decided to play with the flowers again, and this time sticking with the greens and the purples and pinks and blues. So another color scheme that I really think of when it comes to April. So I have these large days of the week that are from a week in the life release, and I will use this day in the life stamp to make a little garden at the bottom. I put April down at the bottom too since it was a large font and I didn't want it to compete with the Monday. I am stamping the stems of the flowers in 2 different ink colors, and I know that the stamp set comes with like a half rainbow with flowers that you can make a really jumbo flower, but I didn't really have a lot of room for that, so I just went with these smaller ones. So I'm doing pink flowers and purple flowers that I will add a dark blue center to. I also have like a mini garden that I'm going to put up at the top, and it kind of looks like maybe trees when I get done with it, but that's okay. I also have a really old stamp set from Stories by the Month that's September, and it is like a leaf or a palm leaf. I have no idea what it actually is, but I have always used this stamp to make grass, and it is one of my favorite stamps. I love it. I just grab a piece of scrap paper and just add it to the bottom, and that's what I'm doing here. I start with adding it in just sections, but wind up deciding that I want the whole bottom to have grass. The numbers or dates will be stamped using the day in the life stamp that came with the kit. So I'm using a lot of new stamps that I got from Ali Edwards and just kind of stretching them in a different way because I love doing that. Just because you have scrapbook supplies doesn't mean they can't be used for journaling purposes. I just love finding different ways to use my supplies. Down at the bottom, I stamped gratitude, and I also have another like diamond shaped pink flower that I'm adding to the bottom, and I'll finish up with another phrase up at the top that says right now. Didn't stamp so great. I think I need a new cobalt type of ink. It's not giving the best impressions, but for now I just stamped it on white piece of paper and I will adhere it down. My final touches are going to be adding in like a sprinkle stamp is what I want to call it, but it's from a December daily release, and it's just a cluster of dots. I also stamped looking for the good in the middle of the mess and current pieces of the story. grabbed a few word phrase stickers that are blue to add to the spread, and then I will get that sprinkle stamp to call this page done. Love how that sprinkle stamp really allows your eye to travel around the page, and that's why I like to use these sprinkle type of stamps to help with movement around the page. All right, this one is done. Okay, so this next spread, I'm super excited because I said earlier, and I've said it a few times, I got some new stickers from Pipsticks. I've been thinking about getting an order for a while, and I finally got one, and I'm so excited. There are a lot of book stickers that I got, and I even got a special vinyl sticker that has like a lady holding a stack of books that says, "I'll take all the books." That's going to go down in the bottom right corner. I'll pull out my PaperPerson washi tape with all the books, and I'm going to lay that down at the bottom. And I have a mix of the PaperPerson stamps and also Everyday Explorer stamps. And this design with just like the long vertical boxes is a design that I love. It's simple, it's easy, and I've repeated it several times in this journal, and I'll probably continue to do that. The weekend is split up into 2 sections. Sunday's not going to have a lot of room to journal, but that is okay with me. I know I'm going to make another section with another girl on a little couch reading, and I'm going to cluster some stamp phrases around her. Another sheet of stickers that I got was like shelves, so I have to make a shelf of books. I lower it down to a little bit lower so that way I could put the bird cage on there, and grab another sticker later on that has a globe and a clustering of plants and books. So I'll grab that in a little bit. When I first started with the clustering, I had put a small stack of books up there, but I'm going to put that down with the girl on the couch because that feels like it's more proportional to her and how she's sitting. So I don't know, that just made sense to me. And I got my sticker, you can see it down there in the bottom right, and next to it I will have a bigger phrase that says this was a good read. Also stamping paper in a pink ink and current favorite, couldn't put this down, in a green ink, and library book in black. So just like I said, a mix of 2 different stamp sets from 2 different shops, and then I'll cut those all out and add them to my page. I love doing reading themed journaling spreads. I don't think I've done one in here yet. I just wind up hoarding all my book themed supplies like this PaperPerson kit, and I decided, you know what, I need to make a special spread all about books. And right now, just to share, I am currently reading The Night Watchman, which is about the 1953 Native Americans in Turtle Mountain, and it's basically how the government was trying to take away the land that they had promised the Chippewa and other nations in that area. I may be getting it wrong, but that is what I understand, and it is a fascinating book, and I'm really enjoying it. So that is what I'm reading right now. I'd love to know what you're reading if you want to leave that in the comment section. So I have a stack of books that I'm going to make right here. I'm going to tilt one even, which I thought was so fun. The stickers were able to tilt, and I will do another little 2 books down in the bottom left. The top is going to, up by the top of the days of the week, I put some Allie stickers, according to Allie stickers for the days. And then I'm going to stamp a few last phrases to finish up this really fun spread. So the final touches, like I said, is those 2 phrases, and also marked as read, and stamping a book that is from a new Everyday Explorer stamp set. And that will wrap up this spread, and I love it. I love it. I love anything to do with books, and using my new Pipstick stickers. Oh, I gotta get some more now. All right, moving on to this week, which is going to be including Earth Day. So I immediately thought of Tracy Reed's new kit, the Wildflower kit, with the greens and the blues and the yellows. So I'm going to go ahead and use that collection, and I am drawing a design of boxes that are roughly, I think, like 3.5 by 3.5 or something like that. I kind of measured it out with a scrap piece of paper, drew the lines with pencil, and then now I'm drawing them in with my micron. And last time I did this design was in January, and I did across the middle all kinds of die cuts, but I decided to not do that. I'm kind of weighing the design down on the right hand side with lots of different die cuts, and then I'll just kind of make a visual triangle. I started out thinking I was going to do a bunch of die cuts in the middle, but I'm starting to think I'm making this journal very thick. So I went back to my computer and I printed out a ton of digital stickers. So I will add those in a little bit. For right now, I have a large die cut that says Bloom and Grow, and also one up at the top that says Stay Wild. I'll use the last of my days of the week from Alicia, and that is another sheet that is down and I've used it up. The days I will stamp with Everyday Explorers, my calendar stamp set. And then for Friday, the 22nd, which is actually Earth Day, I'll put it in green just to be a little fancy. I also have a Studio Calico stamp that says Take Care of Planet Earth. So I stamped that, and of course I smushed it. So I'll just get a piece of paper and stamp it on there, and then I'll cut that out. Stamped the month with the Everyday Explorers alphabet stamp set, and then I'll use my sand eraser to erase what's above that, because I think I had written out what days this particular week was going to fall on. So when I was making my stickers in Photoshop Elements, I also pulled out a journaling card that had all the colors of the kit. That way I could add in different layers to the digital stamps and change the colors. I also used some crop shapes. You can see I just put one down, the blue, and then also the yellow up top in the right corner. Those are called crop shapes in Photoshop Elements, and I use those as like paint splatters. So I love making those, and they're just so fun to add. Tracy also had some heart arrows in her digital stamp, so I added those along with a few phrases like memories captured and around here. So just a little of this and a little of that, and I'm just clustering the heck out of this little space over here on the right hand side. To me, like I said earlier, it's a little heavy on the layering, but you know what? I wanted to try something different and I really like it, and it definitely works for the theme of Earth Day. Adding in some more of those little splatters that I made. I call them splatters, but Photoshop Elements calls them crop shapes. So that's what they are. And now this page is done. That one was pretty easy. Okay, this one, I got carried away. I pulled out a bunch of my stash pieces from Citrus Twist, Kelly Stamps, and I think that's it. But when I was on Kelly Stamps' team for years and years, she had this stamp set that came out that was like rosettes, and I printed a million of them. So now they're kind of like my go-to flower. And I pulled out some of those in green and purple. And I also, like I said, pulled out some Citrus Twist pieces. Like that purple one, that was my main piece. And it says like, listen to the sounds that are surrounded by stillness. And it was just perfect. I thought it was perfect to use up. And above that, I have, it's not selfish to do what is best for you. This whole design was kind of based off of an older journaling project, which I think was scrap lifted from somebody else. But it's a design that I really love. And at the bottom, I can add some photos if I want to, which I probably will. I'll pick a favorite photo of the week. What I'm doing here is I'm adding in layer after layer for the different areas that I have. I'm going to wind up with 2 main clusters and another 2 in the bottom left corner and the top right corner. With these flowers, I mainly had like leftover scraps or halves of the flowers, and so I'm using those to tuck in and kind of build my clustering. I have that giant purple flower, and I will put that down at the bottom, and on top of that I'll put Happy Place. It's a die cut from Citrus Twist that I never used, and I am finally using it, tucking in a green flower as well. I had one of that green color that's kind of like a lime green up there. I am going to have to go back to my computer and print another sheet of the Kelly flowers, just so that way I can add in another one of those lime green flowers. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have used the lime green, but I had it printed and I wanted to use it up from my stash. These stickers, again, are from Alicia, and I will leave the link for them I am tucking those in and I love those. They're the perfect touch to add. I mean, I could have gotten out an Everyday Explorer stamp set with like greenery, but I had the stickers and I'm able to cut them and add in pieces here and there. Over on Sunday, I just adhered a die cut that says yay for today. I'm going to put a small little cluster there so that way it follows the diagonal line of the two main clusters that I have. Trimmed off the extra flowers that were hanging off in the top right. Down on the bottom left corner, I'm putting another little flower. I printed off this green flower that's kind of a different softer olive color, and I'll tuck that in the Sunday little section, have a die cut that says this story, and I'll put that up by Friday. Some of these die cuts might be Cocoa Daisy, but I'm not sure. Like I said, I took all of my older ephemera and die cuts and I put them in one little bin on my desk, and then I can just use them from there. And that is what I'm trying to do this year, use up all my stash. I've even started like kind of a reel series on my Instagram using up my stash and just having a lot of fun playing with older stash. So you see, I just got that new green flower and crumpled it, and so I wanted to make sure I crumpled the older flower that had already been adhered down. That's why you saw my head a few seconds ago. So I'm layering in the new green flower and the olive green flower and the purple. You guys, there's so many layers in these clusters. I was just going to town and having the best time making this page. Also cut apart a die cut that says perfectly content. I figured, you know what, I'm going to use that, and it's a great sentiment to add to the overall spread. Cutting up those sticker flowers to add in little spots, and I love how I added one at the last minute to the right hand side of that die cut because it was the perfect like finishing touch for that cluster. All right, so the last page, you guys, we're on the last page. This is going to be kind of my review page. This is the page where I count up things that have happened in the month and write, 4 shows that we really loved, 5 hikes that I went on with my husband, 2 teeth that my daughter lost, and I'll put all those numbers on the right-hand side. On the left-hand side, I'll use this simple stamp set from Everyday Explorers. I don't think she has it anymore. She has this other one that I'm using for this month highlights. So I'll see if there's something similar in the shop and I'll link it. But this little stamp set that I use, it has the good, the bad, and the monthly rating. So I use those to talk about the good of the month, obviously, and then the bad, and I'll also include a few highlights down at the bottom. I combined a few of the phrases to make monthly recap, so the full thing says April monthly recap. Over on the right side, I added here's what happened this month. Use some of those mixed media type pattern stamps with the stars to add some purple stamping in various locations, and then some black kind of circle pebble looking, and that will be it. Okay, so that is all of my April daily pages, and if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching all of these spreads come together. I think I said it in the beginning, I was a little bit nervous sharing all of these, but I am just loving daily journaling, using up my stash, and just making a big old mess. But I do think next month in May, I'm going to try to use more stickers because I feel like my journal is getting really fat, and you have to use the closure because when you don't, it kind of just pops open. So it's getting pretty thick. But let me flip through the pages real quick so that way you can see. We've got the cover, the calendar, the currently and the tracker, the first, second, and third this week, and this one, and the review. So super excited that you guys took the time to watch this video, and I would love a thumbs up or a subscribe if you're new to my channel and want to keep seeing my videos. I really appreciate everybody that supports me. All right, I hope you have a great day. Bye.